Hi everyone, welcome to my Blippar tutorial part 1. Blippar is a augmented reality web development site. Allows you to make AR projects. I've just started using it. I've been experimenting with it. I just want to do a short tutorial showing you how to use this web platform. First thing, this is what the main web page looks like. It's quite simple. We're going to click on create a new project. I'm going to call it quiz. Continue. Then you get 4 options. One, a marker option where you can create a AR on top of a specific image marker on someone's face, flat surface, or all around you, a 360 all around you. I'm going to choose surface. This is what I've been practicing on, and this is the one I've used previously on a flat surface. And this is what the editing environment looks like. On the flat surface, you get a flat surface at the bottom here, showing what it looks like. And then you also get some icons on the left here, library of assets, any images or assets that you've used. 3D models, they give you some sample ones, images, again some sample ones, videos, and some widgets, empty sprites, text box, cylinder map, a spear map, and then there's some lighting as well. In the middle here you can see scene 1. This is the first scene. You click on it, there you can add more scenes simply by typing it in. So I'm going to call this first scene. I'm going to give it call it home. And then I'm going to get the next page, question 1. And then, sorry, question 1. Press enter. You got to press enter. Then we've got 2 scenes now. And then we can toggle between them, home and question 1. And up here, you've got a useful tool here called phone preview. The kind of outline what the phone will see. As you can see, landscape as well, what it will look like through the phone as you're working. It's a very useful tool. Here you've got the toggles for the action and events creator. This is where you can do your drag and drop coding, which I will show later on. Here, this is a useful one. It's called preview. You can click on that and it previews it on an actual mobile phone simulator, which is quite useful. At the moment, we've got nothing there. We can drag it around, look around our flat surface area with the mouse. But also useful, you can test it on a device using a QR code. Just click on the QR code, it will take you, and you can test your augmented reality on your mobile phone. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start off with adding an image to the screen to use as a button. First thing I'm going to click on is on the library of assets. I'm going to click on plus, and I have a folder here with some assets I've pre-made. I'm going to drag and drop the start button. It's just simply text as a JPEG or PNG. Then I'm going to drag it onto the screen. And there we go. We've added our button to the screen. I'm going to click on preview to see what it looks like. Here we go. It's on the preview screen. You can use the mouse to look around, see what it looks like. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom out. You can use both buttons together to change the perspective. You can go. And that's how you add an asset. We can now manipulate this image. If you click on it, you can see the layout option comes here. The position, the rotation, or the scale. First, let's mess around with the scale. Let's see what happens. So the scale you can increase by clicking on the plus here, or you can type in a number. For example, 5 will make it very big. Let's have a preview of what that looks like. There you go. It's very huge on our screen, but we can look around. That's the whole point of augmented reality. We should be able to look around and see what it looks like. If you want to, currently the aspect ratio is locked, there is a little button, lock button here. You can unlock it and change manipulate the width and the height. For example, if I put this as 1, narrows it very, makes it very thin, but doesn't look very good. So I'm going to put it back to 5, and the z-axis as well, and the x-axis here. But if you lock it, it's much better. That way everything changes in proportion to each other. So I'm going to make this about 2. Let's see what that looks like. Let's preview it again. There you go. It's a bit up higher up there. So I'm going to use the position y-axis, or click on the green arrow. You can use the numbers here to reduce it. Push it down closer to the surface, and let's see what that does. Let's see what that looks like. There's more lower down on the towards the surface. I'm going to move it using the I believe this x-axis to the right slightly. Refresh it. A bit too far. I'm going to move it back to the left. See what that looks like. A bit more to the left. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is augmented reality where you should be able to look around and see where you want it. I want to make it a bit smaller, so I'm going to make the scale to 1.8 and see what that looks like. Refresh it again. So it's very quick and snappy. The refreshing it, making changes, see what it does. I'm quite happy. Again, I'm going to move it slightly to the left. Refresh. You can use the layout menu here or the arrows here to change. There you go. I'm happy with that. The position right now. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add another asset onto scene 2, which is question 1. So I'm going to drag and drop my question 1 here. I've called it Q1, and put that onto the screen. Let's have a preview what that looks like. Okay, we can't get to question 1 because we have not added any code to be able to click and move on to the question. This is what I'm going to show how to do now. There's 2 ways of doing this. There's a quick option here on. I'm going to click on question home and then click on start, and on touch action I'm going to go to scene, select question 1. Yeah. Other options there was audio, play audio, video, go to a website, call a action, email, product page, YouTube, Twitter. But go to scene is the one we want. We want to go to question 1. So let's preview that. So we've got the start menu, start here. Now when we put our hand over the start image, you can see it turns into a different icon, a click icon. You can click on it and takes us to question 1, and we can have a look around, read the question. Okay, it's a bit big. I might reduce the size of that, and to do that I'm going to go to scene 2, which is question 1 scene, and I'm going to click on this image and I'm going to reduce the size using the scale option. It's a bit far away at the moment, so I might use the position to the blue arrow here to move it forward. Using right click you can manipulate the view. This is me using the right mouse click to view. You can click on the home here to go back to the original, but you can't. It's hard to see the arrows unless you manipulate. So it's a bit closer, a bit lower. Let's refresh that, see what that looks like, and click on home as well to go back to the original view. Remember, you can click on the phone here to see what it kind of would look like, but it's not 100%. Okay, so now I'm going to click on start. Again, very close and big. So I'm going to make it smaller as well. So I'm going to reduce it to about 0.4 and see what that looks like. Refresh. Click start. There you go, that's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit off the ground, so I want it. That's how you add and link to another page, another scene. Okay, I'm just gonna now demonstrate a different method of linking to a different page. So we used a quick action on the start button to, a quick action here to link to a new scene, go to scene. But there is another way using this tool here, much more powerful, toggles and actions events creator. So if I click on this, and it gives you lots and lots of coding, drag and drop coding to help you code your page. So I'm going to click on the start button and I'm going to click on tap, so it knows I'm clicking on the start image because I clicked on it. It's highlighted. This is a bit I got confused on before, how to add code. You got to click on what you're coding on. So I'm clicking on this, and then you can tell it's selecting that image, and then I'm going to click on tap, and I want to now, when I tap this, click this, move to another scene. So if the option you're looking for is not there, you can search for it here. So we can click on scene, and we're looking for go to scene. There we go. Here's go to scene. Drag that on. What scene do we want it to go to? We want to go to question 1, and there's this white connector event signal. We can connect this to this, and we're done. Now on tap, it will go to question 1 scene. So let's do a preview of that. We can look around, and as previously, I can click on this, takes me to the next scene. And that's how we use the actions and events creator to create a link from an image to another scene. That's it for this video. I will do more videos on this bit, on this creator part, because there's a lot to go through in here. Thank you for watching.